Hi guys, welcome to a review and video tour of this Audi. It's an Audi Q7 3-liter TDI and it's a diesel. It's a 2006 or 7, well it's a 56 plate. And I'm gonna quickly show you the car from the outside, and then we're gonna continue with the review on the inside. Because I'm on a road, it may just be natural to expect some traffic and noise. First of all, the front bumper. For the miles it's done 124,000 miles. It's pretty clean, but for the front bumper, just see there's some stone chips there. You could see there's very light scuffing here. These are the things that you would only pick up in a video. It'd be difficult to just pick them all up in a picture. Like, you wouldn't realize the extent of it. So I don't want it to look any worse than it is, and I don't want it to be totally overlooked either. So there are some very you scuffs and scratches there. But mind you, the vehicle's not been properly washed either, so some of them are not scuffs. The sides all pretty good. The rear's tinted, as you can see, the rear windows. The wheels, all of the wheels I think would need to be refurbed, so they could do with refurbishing. The only thing when you look at the car is the wheels. I mean, if the wheels were tidy, it'd look a lot nicer. But having said that, it still looks very nice. So that's the exterior. Continuing, come in the back. Again, some scuffs at the bumper, just where you open the hood. Very slim scratch here, and that's me being picky. With 124k, you're gonna get that on any car. No dents or anything. Close up here, again, very tiny little dents or scratches. Well, they're not dents, they're tiny scratches, but shows you the surface. The tires are all very good, actually. Same situation with the alloys on this side, and actually the scenery in the background is quite attractive. I'm up Arthur Street in Edinburgh, so if you're coming from some distance, you need to come here. And that's all I can show you from the outside, really. We will do... I'd start with, so here is the key, just to show you, and this would lock it, unlock it, and this is for remote boot release. The boot release is perfectly fine, however it makes rather strange noise when you open it. It's not bothered me, but I'm sure that is something that would get your attention. So if you watch this, you hear that noise in the background, and you see the boot comes up. I've got a big commercial juicer sitting in the boot just now, which I kept there intentionally to show you how much boot space there is. So if you look at it, it's a 46 kilogram machine sitting in there easily, and you have a lot more space. These are where the rear two seats come. This is sitting on one seat, and then you have the rest of the vehicle, which I'm going to show you from the inside anyway. See, there's lights that come on. So only this light came on when I released the boot, and it's a 7-seater. And look, this is a meter-long box. The contents inside, they're 46 kilograms. But one thing I'd like to show you here is that you've first of all got a socket, and then if you look at this, press this, and you can actually raise and lower the car. Now the car is actually being lowered. You can even hear that. So it's an air suspension. It's a beautiful function. You press it and it goes right down to the floor almost. I think it's just to help with offloading. And that's as low as it can go. You press it here, and you hear that? The car's coming up suddenly. And it's a few levels, actually. It's not just one level. So that's all from the outside. Just like the boot release, you just have to press this and look. And that's all closed. So this is the exterior. I have put up pictures as well, so you can see the pictures, and in the pictures there's no box. Tires have all very good tread. If you look at the tires, ignore the alloys. You're gonna need to get them refurbed, or I'll see if I have time, I may get them refurbed, but it would say in the advert whether they will be refurbed or not. If it says they need refurbishing, that means they're not done. And look, front tire. And if you want to see any angles of the car, so now I'm just gonna get in and make the interior video. You come in, this is your first impressions. My phone sitting there is not included. The rest, this is what you get to see as soon as you come in. You see some information on the dials there already. And the next interesting thing is you put the key in. And look, this comes here and the radio starts. I'll keep it down for the moment, because I want to show you more. So I think the first thing we'll do is start the car and take it from there. This is the steering wheel. You could see there isn't any serious wear on the steering wheel. Everything looks pretty good. That is what I really liked about this car, because although it's done over 100,000 miles, either the car is made very well, or I don't know, it's been used very well. None of the buttons are faded. So if you see the parking sensors button, the check button, any other buttons, even here, they're not faded. With this sort of mileage, you start getting you know, things that start fading, and on this one they're not. So that's a good thing. Another thing I really like is, watch this. So this is the glove compartment, and when it opens there's actually a very elegant light inside, which you don't see at this time of the day. So you just do that. I quite like that. Other things, I think once I've started the car I'll show you, but the steering's multifunctional. For example, this I presume is volume. And similarly, here you can select things, but let's start the car first. For starting, you don't have to, like a lot of cars, not a push start button, but equally you don't have to crank it yourself. So what you do is, just want to see, I can show it from here. You just crank it. Oh, it's switched on first, so sorry. That's all, the lights come on, look. All the messaging you see, okay. And now, when we're gonna start it, look, I'm just gonna twist it once and leave it, and then it keeps doing the rest itself. Quickly, oh, the one button that is faded here, that's what I noticed, is the lock button. So the lock unlock button here, all four windows work from here. They're all working and they're all auto. You press it and it just goes down all the way. And all you do is just keep it pressed and nothing more, but just press it. The mirrors are working fine. You twist them, you know, and they're folding mirrors, so watch this. I'm actually trying to work out how they fold. Oh yeah, there you go. So that's operated from right here. And this button you twist it back, and you'll see the mirrors will go back. You see there's a light underneath the mirror. It's a beautiful light. Lights on the car very nicely in the night time or evening time. The noise coming because I have the windows open. You see in the mirror the rear window going up? And that's the other windows going. The music's loud, so let's put the music down. And what do I have to show you here? Now, first of all, there's a phone call I've got, so we'll deal with that in a minute. So let's come here. Radio. This is the central control for everything. You control things from here, you twist them around, so your screen has your radio. Radio 4, news, and news is there. Heart, music, right? And all of this can be controlled from this one here as well. This part of the steering wheel. Navigation, just press nav and your navigator comes on. You press this bottom one here, like 4 corners, and the map comes on, so it'll tell you where we are. So it's built-in navigation. Info is probably just going to give you your location information. Okay, traffic reports. I haven't really used this, so I don't know what this is for. CD player, I haven't used. Car, this is quite interesting. I quite like it because this tells you about the suspension. You can raise and lower the car. So if I twist it, if I say lift it, look, it's actually lifting the car. So it's air suspension, so the car is being lifted as we speak. And look, it's gone up. And then you have radio, CD, telephone. The one thing that I'm not very keen on this Audi Q7, or any Audi Q7 for that matter, is at the interior. If you want to have a tissue box, there's really nowhere to put a tissue box. And I put it in the back. Then again with the spacing, fine, you have this for the cigarette lighter and everything. But these days everyone has big smartphones. And look, I'm putting in a cup holder. So there isn't really any room for a smartphone or for a tissue, box. Look, the car's been raised right to the top and it's high. It feels like a bus now because that's how high it is. But you have the same display there and here. And the beauty of it is both displays work together. Like if you have the sat nav on and you're using it, it would show you the map here and the instructions here, and that's very, very helpful. So it's 2 screens effectively. Now I'm gonna lower it. So look, I come here and I press this, and I'm feeling that I'm being lowered. Don't know if you're feeling that because I'm moving the camera as well, but that's disappeared from here now, and it's lowering the car. So this part is working perfectly fine. In the meantime, while it lowers the car, we'll come to the climate control. You switch on, it's a dual climate control. It works in the back as well, so there are vents in the back. And I'm not gonna spend too much time on the climate control, but the interesting thing is that the climate control all comes on the screen as well. And the heated seats, you can actually select the degree of how much you want to heat them. So if you heat them here, you can actually cook your bum effectively. It's a good day, so I'll just keep it like that. So for each side, you just press this and it takes you to your fan control. You press the fan. Look at this. You're gonna hear it in a second, So I have these shut, so that's why you don't hear that. And similarly, you can select where you want the fan. So at the moment it's on auto, but there's so many settings for the front, the back, there's side ones, there's a lot of vents in this car basically. So this is distribution selection. Once you've selected distribution, I'll keep it on auto for the moment. Then that's quite interesting as well. While we were checking that out, you can see that the car has been lowered a bit now. To bring the ashtray back, it's fairly simple. Press it back in, it comes here. There's some really, I haven't tried the CDs, but I think it's one of those straightforward CD changers. You keep putting CDs in and it keeps just swallowing them. So yes, and oh yes, the check part. I really like this part. You go and, well, let me switch off this. So 26 degrees on that side and 21 degrees on this side. Well, let's switch it all off. Okay. You come here, and for Edinburgh it's a warm day, it's 14 degrees. And you press check here. Right. This is gonna start checking everything for you. It's checking all the lights, temperature, oil, bulbs, possibly oil again, oil sensors, and fuel. And I have no idea what that is. Maybe it's just setting the washer liquid as well. So it checks everything. If there's any warning, it tells you. Now coming to other stuff, I like this part here. Far too many lights. And I will try, I can't promise, but I will try to make a video in the night time, because the lights in this car are beautiful. I've seen a lot of cars, but Audi has this, they've done this magnificent job where if you see all of these buttons, they're lit inside. Once you open that, that's lit. Your feet are lit. Everything, and it's done with elegance and style. You actually don't realize in your feet there's lights, but they're very beautiful little lights. I mean, this part, for example, here, there is a light on top in here, and you put your finger in, you can see the light. It just gives it a very, very elegant, cool effect. So this one feature of lights everywhere that don't feel like lights is really, really nice. So I quite like that. I'm now gonna jump in the back just to show you the condition of the back and everything. The leather's all good on seats. I don't see any rips anywhere. The seats are multifunctional. We're gonna get out and see. Auto lights, so I keep them on auto all the time. Auto lights, has auto wipers, has cruise control. Coming in the back here, this is where my tissue box is, and that's what I've been warning about. See, beautiful lights up there. They've done a really, really nice job with the lights. That part I really like. Excuse the mess there, but the car needs to be cleaned, so it's not been cleaned. But I just want to show you what the leather's like. There's stuff here. Far too many airbags in here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 on each side of the seats as well. And look at this air vent here. So you got vents here, and then you have vents here. So the rear passengers, they're not gonna struggle. And I don't know what's in the back there, but that looks like vents as well. Cup holder and vents. And the rear seats, if you put them up, they're proper big rear seats. They're not one of these small seats. The rear seats have proper headrests as well, just like these, and they fold and they go down and come up very, very easily. What's this? Ashtray. Don't smoke in the car, but if you do, it's there. Speakers, very nice sound system. We'll get in the front and see the rest. So that's me back here. I totally forgot to show off the sound system, put it this way. So you come, press radio, select whatever channel you like. So say we'll stick to heart, and oh, there AdWords there. Right now, watch this. Oh, sorry, I can't go too loud because there's people outside, but still, just, you know, as you could see, in here it felt like it was like concert. So both speakers, I don't know much about sound systems, but really, really nice sound system. And again, all these 4 sides here, you could control whatever you see here. This is what you can press there. So that part's very nice. Your cruise control and everything's dealt from here. You could actually set, accelerate, deaccelerate the cruise control, cancel it from here. Lights, auto, wipers, you can put them on auto. What else is here? Oh yeah, there's this control for each, so this is information control, like for example this is 150 miles to go in this tank. And also it returns absolutely great miles on a run. I went down to Manchester and back. I'm in Edinburgh. From Edinburgh to Manchester and back, 580 miles in one tank. I must say the light was on when I got back, but still, one tank, 580 miles. That is amazing. And look, sat nav, radio, CD. Oh, it has a telephone as well, but look, it says telephone's not attached. The telephone's right here, so you just have to attach an Audi telephone. I have no idea how that works, but there's an Audi telephone there, cup holder here, and look, another cup holder here. And that's all I can show you just now. I promise if I have time I will take another video in the night to see if the camera picks up the night lights, the ones that I really like, and I'm gonna really want to show you those lights. What they are is, first of all of this panel is lit up in red, looks beautiful. There's lights in the feet there. There's lights coming in all of those buttons. There's lights. Actually, one more thing. Look, that window button is a bit faded there. The ones here are perfectly fine. And you've got child locks as well. So these two are for the rear doors. If you have kids, it would not only lock the windows, but it would also lock the doors. So that's the child lock there. And you also control the front and the back fog lights from here. The front has fog lights. Anytime you switch the car off and you go out and you lock the car, the lights remain on for a certain time. Very interesting feature, and they go off after about 15 seconds. I'm sure there's a way around to just making it instant, but you know, you need to read the manual for that, and I'm again tempted to look outside to see what's going on. So that's all really. This car specifically, it's done, as you can see, 124,000 miles. The drive, you can't feel that. The suspension's very good, especially, you know, if you come here and you see the fact that you can control the suspension. I drive it on comfort. On comfort it feels like a car, and that's a very nice feeling. You know, it's a big Jeep, big vehicle, but feels like a car. Yeah, I don't think I've got any more to say. The engine's very responsive. You actually have look, drive, and then you have a sports mode as well. So you could drive and you could be in the sports mode, which is S. It's a bit more nippy in the sports mode, but doesn't mean that in drive you still put your foot down and you feel like it's a 4.4 petrol. I usually only have, you know, bigger engines. I prefer them in petrol, and I've been very positively surprised. Although it is diesel and it has that diesel feel to it, but when you put your foot down, you don't feel that. It has the acceleration. And you see that one on the right, that's the gears. It keeps changing. And it goes up to 6. So when you're driving, it's actually a 6-speed automatic, which is a nice thing. But I think I've gone on for quite some time, as usual. If there's any questions about it, feel free to let me know. But I was very excited to review a Q7. And this is a Q7, that's an air freshener. I'm not very keen on its looks, but that's not part of the vehicle. Here, rear view mirror, side mirrors, lights up here. What it looks like from the inside when you have luggage, what it looks like. 2 seats in the back just come up like that and you become a 7-seater. All seat belts are good. Overall, I can't really fault this car apart from the scratches that I've shown you outside. Oh yeah, one important thing. You see this? Parking sensors. They are really, they've got their own mind. They're not 100% functional. As much as they come on, sometimes they work and other times they don't. Like it's flashing just now, so the car in the front is quite far and there's nothing in the back as well, so I presume it would work, but they're not working all the time, so you need to get the parking sensors looked at. I'm just listing all the faults now actually. Parking sensors looked at. Inside, everything else is functional. Comes with service history. There's service stamps. And what else? MOT'd, no known problems. The alloys are gonna need refurbishing. And if you can live with the front and the back bumper, unless you want it perfect, you can have that resprayed or just touched up. Very little issues there. Inside, all nice and clean and tidy. It's not one of those abused cars, because I've seen some of them, you know, as soon as the car's done like 80-90,000 miles, sometimes you feel it's abused. It's not got that abused feel, and that's really the best thing about it. Look, I put my hands free there, but you don't have to, you know. And that's all. Inside you see the tints. You can still see outside, you can't tell the difference. Well, not very much, look. But when you're looking from outside, you can't actually see in, and the tints are really nice. I quite like them. And coat hangers, lights, when you switch them all on. Yeah. So thank you for watching, and feel free to give me any feedback you like, and if there is any other car you'd like reviewed, let me know. I'd be very happy to review it for you. It's a shame I can't drive it, because you just can't drive and film unless I had another person. So but I can tell you it drives good, so just take my word for it and enjoy the review. Okay, thank you. Thank you for watching. Bye bye. It's an Audi Q7 3-liter 2006 or 7, and it's a TDI. Okay, bye bye.